Hi, and welcome to the BL Weekend Review, where we talk about all things BL.
Yes, we'll cover upcoming series that just ended, and a little bit of tea for you all.
I am your host, BLSongbird.
And I am your host, Beth.
Before we get going, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the live chat. Everyone's super friendly and welcoming, and have a blast in that chat. So, yeah, everyone loves a little tea. So, Beth, let's get going. Let's have all the juicy tea
All
or
right,
gossip.
well,
It's not really gossip. I shouldn't use the word juicy. Let's have all the tea.
so this week is a little bit of some news and some tea. The first bit of little news is that Gemini confirmed that Ticket to Heaven is officially starting workshops. I'm so excited. That's going to be amazing. Although I've heard that it's going to be very short. I think it's 5 or 6 episodes only. So it's going to be like a little mini series. But I still think that Off, the director, he also did Last Twilight. He did Moonlight Chicken. He is just a really, really great director. And I think he's going to bring a lot of great acting out of them. I'm so excited.
And I guess he took a trip to Rome
Oh,
just to
okay.
gain inspiration.
Ooh, I love that. Of course he did,
Right?
because Off does all the things.
I think it was Rome. Anyway, there were Rome-like cathedral-like pictures on his IG. Anyway.
Oh, that's amazing. I wonder if he actually went to the Vatican. He might have gone to the Vatican.
Oh, maybe.
Anyways, this is a little bit of sad news, but news nonetheless. Benz and Garfield, they were a couple in Pit Babe. They were also in This Love Doesn't Have Long Beans. They are no longer working together as a pair. And also Ping Nut. They are also from Pit Babe, and most recently from I'm the Most Beautiful Count. They are no longer working at a pair. These two pairs are from Change, 2561, that company. So I'll be sad to see them go. I enjoyed them both I enjoyed both pairings very much, but tis what it is. I'm excited to see where they go next. I don't know if they're all staying with Change or if they're all, I don't know what they're gonna do. We'll see.
I think I saw them on the lineup list, which is this week, I think. Yeah, I think that lineup is okay. The day eludes me, but it's this week. It was the last week of January. So we're going to find out really soon.
Okay.
About that one.
I love that. More news. Hard Nights, that show that we were talking about that did not have English subtitles for a little while, is now on the Vipa app. It's VIPA, and it has English subtitles. Songbird, do you know if that's like, do you need a VPN to access that app, or everyone can do it?
Not anymore. They for a second it was like, wait, they geo-blocked it, they landlocked it, but now you can be anywhere. Download that Vipa app and watch it. It is a free app. It's just Thai PBS. It's their app.
Amazing.
So yeah, that's pretty
Love
cool.
that.
And guys, if you guys need a little refresher, I know we were like really getting into the old man yaoi, and that is this one. So yes.
Yes, older people being in love, going through the 7-year itch sort of thing. So that, I don't know. I'm excited for them to have English subtitles. Yay! Right. Okay, more news. So Fan Day 29 for GMMTV, which is in the US, got an extra show in New York City on March 10th, which is amazing because they sold out so quickly. And then for the show in LA, they added some seats. They did not add an extra show, probably because that theater is booked up, And so they added some seats in the balcony, I think, for that show. But I'm super excited. That's amazing that they sold out. And Starstruck Media announced a new pair coming in May, ? There was a nice shadow. There were some Dao off-road guesses. There are some off-gun guesses. So we don't know who exactly it is yet, and where they're coming, but they are coming to the US in May. So we'll see what happens.
If Dao and off-road show up in New York again, but don't come to the West Coast, I'm going to be very sad.
Oh no, I don't know. We'll see. Starstruck seems to be doing most of their fan meets on the East Coast, so I'll be curious to see if they do both or not. I don't know. We'll see.
It is what it is.
Yes. Okay. And then my last little piece of news, which I'm really excited about, is for under Dumandi Music. Ooh from Ooh Save. They were one of the second couples in Your Sky. They're going to be in Mr. Fanboy coming out. He is debuting under Dumandi Music as a solo artist. I'm so excited for him. I've wanted him to be a solo artist forever. I do believe that him having his own single was potentially one of his awards from when he did Dumandi Friendship Reality. But I hope that they continue and they don't just do the one single for him because he's so talented. So yay. Okay, on to some actual tea and gossip. So I know that I mentioned before that Babe was going around telling everyone that, you know, he's very gay. And so now Billy has joined as well on one of his lives. He was mentioning that. So these two are just, you know, openly just being open about their sexualities, which is great. I mean, I kind of hope that more actors are able to do that in the future. Right. I think that that would be awesome if, you know, they could just be open and feel free to be open and, you know, whatever it is, doesn't matter. So this is kind of interesting. If anyone knows, Tae Tawan from GMMTV, Nunu from Dumandi, Dao, and Jeff Satur, who is a very, very famous singer in Thailand, if you're not aware. They and some other people are all they're filming this reality competition show.
Oh, this content isn't available. Try again later on their screen, or is it just me? Sorry, I'm sorry. I read something and it's related to technical stuff. I think it might be just the one person though, because I don't see anything wrong on my screen.
Okay.
Sorry. No, I apologize. Okay. I interrupted your stream.
Oh, it's fine. Well, I wanted to make sure everything was good because I don't know, you know, if something's going wrong.
I did too. I needed to pause it and check all of the. I didn't need to pause you though. I could have done that quietly.
That's okay. So they're filming this show called Running Man Thailand. I'm assuming it involves running and lots of physical activity. I don't actually know the show, but they're all on it together, which is amazing because we have all these cross-company things happening. But Da'u broke his finger on one of the most recent filming things. Nunu made a joke that it was him that broke his finger, but then he was like, no, I'm joking, it's fine. So yes, so Dao has a broken finger. I don't know if he's still continuing on the show. I think he is, but yeah, so he was in the hospital a little bit. And then so that's I do have a fun moment from Dumandi Friendship, but I think I'll save that until the end.
All right, and we do have to mention, because we were just going on and on about it earlier in our own little chat, and that is Shimon and Sing on GMMTV Live House. I mean, they were so adorable that they even had a trending hashtag, their first ever trending hashtag on X.
Yes.
And I think they pretty much officially confirmed that they are indeed moving together as a partnership for the time being. And they're going to give it a shot. They're going to start with their acting and then they're going to move on and work on, quote unquote, the rest. Something along those lines. So that's pretty exciting too. We were all right. We're like, oh my gosh, it's true. It's happening. It's coming.
Yes. And of course, every time they do Live House together, they have to have Jan there too, because why not? We have to have the old ship that wasn't really a ship. It was like a ship outside of on screen because they really didn't do much on screen together ever. But Sing and Jan were like a ship for forever. And then, you know, now that Jan is with Jing Jing and Sing is with Shimon, they had Jan, Jing Jing, and Sing on Live House. And now they had Sing, Jan, and Shimon on Live House. So they're just playing up the whole drama. It's so funny.
And the opening was too cute because it was like Sing, Jan, like, and then Sing, Shimon, like with... And they were introducing themselves that way. It was, yeah. Anyway.
So funny. All right. The tea is over. Okay. What is coming soon? What do we have coming up, Songbird?
All right. So news. I know we mentioned last year. Okay. Last week that yesterday was coming. That just sounds weird at this point. Why did they have to title a series Yesterday? Anyway, Yesterday is coming. Sorry.
No, this is like I just have to interject. This was like there was a moment where there's a song in I think it's Me and T called One Word, and we were looking up the name of the song, and I was telling my friend it's one word, and she was like, yeah, it's one word, but what is the name of the song? And I was like, the name of the song is One Word, like ONEWORD. And that conversation went back and forth for like 10 minutes. It was really funny. So that's like this moment.
That's funny. Anyway, it was supposed to start on Monday. It has been postponed to February 9th. So that is the first thing.
Okay.
If you're like, where was it? You know, it was postponed. Okay. Now on to the big stuff. The one that you are the most excited about so far this year, I think, is Dwang with You.
Yes.
And it is starting this Saturday, January 31st. It's from Thailand, from Domandi. The platform is iQIYI. And it looks like it's going to be like a cute little college story. Super approachable hot guy hits on an unapproachable hot guy. That is like the back and forth there for that particular series. So if you enjoy college BL and something that's, at least on the surface, it appears that it's just going to be sweet, that's for you. And
Yeah.
and your favorite pairing is coming up for their first leads. So
I love them so much. I think Diti and Bor are just, they have such a lovely charm. Their like chemistry is just so innocent. And I think that I'm just so excited because these characters for them are very similar to themselves. So it's actually really nice for their first lead show where like obviously they had to try to act, but like they didn't have to go so deep and so far that it was like way out of their, ball out of their, wheelhouse. So I'm excited for them. Yay.
Awesome. All right, so next, which is actually one that I'm excited about because I really love Junior and Mark from GMM TV. I think they are awesome together. They were in Perfect 10-Liners, they were in Cherry Magic, and now they are in My Romance Scammer. It is going to be starting Sunday, February 1st. It is from Thailand. It is going to be on YouTube, but I think it's not just on YouTube.
That one's also on WeTV.
I was going to say, I think it's also on WeTV. Yes. So, My Romance Scammer, Junior and Mark, and then we have our new guys. Well, they're not new, but they're new to each other. Om Kilibat, who is best known from Until We Meet Again, and then Poon Mitpakti, who has been in a variety of things with a variety of people. The last one we saw him with was Mark from GMM TV, and they were like a side couple in Perfect 10-Liners together.
Yes, and also We Are.
Yep, and so here we go. My Romance Scammer, a show about two con men who are after two cousins' inheritance. Yeah, that's pretty much, it's exactly like the title says it all for once. So it'll be interesting to see where that one goes.
Yes.
And finally, we have The Boy Next World. If you think that title is familiar, you would be correct. It is the Me Mind Y has, taken their series and also given their rights to be turned into Japanese series. And this is one of them. We actually saw The Boy Next World last year from Thailand, and this year we're going to see it from Japan. So it's going to start on Sunday, February 1st, and it's going to be on Gaga Ulala for the win again. The premise is a boy basically who knows nothing of love being courted by another boy who claims to be from an alternate dimension. And then as an aside, the final thing, we all love School Trip, joined a group I'm not close to, and it's going to have special episodes. The special episodes were released a while ago, but they're finally getting their international release on Friday.
Yay! Which is awesome.
Oh, yeah, so that's what's coming soon. Let's see. What are people excited about? anything.
Yes, I
My
saw
romance
someone.
scammer.
Yes. Definitely. I like Mark Jr. and I'm already fully on board. Yes, I'm also fully on board the Ompoon ship. They hard launched themselves right before, like, they announced that they were a thing and then the outing happened and they just hard launched and kept going.
Yes,
But
they
it was
did.
great. It was great. I was like, okay, because at first I wasn't sure about them. I was kind of like, oh, really? This is interesting. And then they posted all their stuff and I was like, oh, okay, this is cute. I like this.
And someone else is excited about the school trip special episodes.
Yes. Running
I
Man
did
in
get to see
Korea.
those.
Oh
Oh, there's
yeah.
a Running Man.
I did see the special episodes. They're very cute.
They are
And
very.
a little schmexy, maybe. For Japan. Don't worry, guys. It's not
Oh,
like too for our Japan cute series. It's
wait.
not too crazy.
So are you going? Probably, but did you like the Boy Next World well enough to try the Japanese version?
I will try it. We'll see how it goes. I'm curious to see if they change the script and or story for the Japanese version to make it make
It's
more sense.
fair.
But I don't know. I like one of the actors who's in it. I forget. He was in what was that one I just watched? It's like at 25 o'clock in Osaka or something, or Osaka
Oh
or
yeah.
something like that. He's from that. So I like him. So maybe we'll try. We'll see.
That
Running
one
Man.
probably won't be trying.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah. No, it's okay. I just saw someone say Running Man in Korea is so fun. Oh, okay. So it is a show that was they're doing a version of it in Thailand. Oh, that's interesting. That means that anything goes probably, because they're probably like, we don't know what we're doing. We're just gonna do this show and it'll be great. Someone was sad that Benz and Garfield were ending. I agree. I really liked their chemistry and I wanted to see more of them. I hope Sila Pone aren't next. Oh, that would be very sad. I would be very sad if that happened. But yeah, because I don't know. I guess we'll see in their lineup if they have something coming up next. Although
Yeah,
I feel like
sure.
if they were separating, they would have announced it before the lineup, because I think that
Yeah, I
was
would
why
think so.
they announced the other two. So I'm assuming for Chaz, I'm assuming that they will be together.
I would assume so too, because I would think that anybody who wasn't going to appear in the lineup as a pairing would have been announced.
Yes. Okay.
All right, so we're moving on to episode 1. Should you watch it? Should you binge it? Should you not binge it? These are the questions that we're going to be answering, and we're going to check out the messages to see what you guys thought too. Let's get going. So first of all, we have discovered series. It's not really episode 1, but because episodes 1 through 3 are already out, it is titled Between Doors, and it is from the Queer Deep YouTube channel, from a Korean series. And honestly, it was like a really entertaining little mini, like, because it's 6 minutes, right? But it was a very entertaining 6 minutes. I'm like, what is happening?
It had a great beginning. I was like, oh,
it did.
You caught my attention.
Right. So this particular story did a fantastic job of catching our attention in like maybe 3 minutes, because I feel like that all happened in the first 3 minutes
Yeah,
of
it happened
this
pretty
little mini
quickly.
story.
Yeah.
So I'll binge it when it's completed. I don't know if I'll have, well, like when we hit this live, whatever week that is, I don't know if I'll have it finished by then, but we shall see. But yeah, no, that one is, I think, going to be worth watching its full little 6 episode arc. So 36 minutes probably.
Yeah. And for anyone who remembers, I'm going to butcher his name, but Min Sun from His Man 3 is in it, which I was like, why does he look familiar? And then someone in the comments was like, this is him. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, that's totally him. So I'm obsessed with the fact that like all these His Man people are like popping up in all these little small Korean like YouTube channel things, because hopefully they'll be able to like move up and do like other BL things, and you know, maybe productions with higher budgets and stuff like that, and just like move up in their careers. I think that would be fun.
That would be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. And then next, so this was another one we hadn't talked about, but we found it and we were like, oh, I feel like we should at least mention it. It's called St. Lawrence Academy. It's what, if anybody remembers the City Boys, the City Boy log or vlog,
Yeah.
we had 2J, and we, you know, their whole premise before was like, we're real people, but we're vlogging as characters, and like the concept sort of got a little convoluted as it kept going, but apparently they're doing a whole new thing where they're doing like series now. So they're doing this series called St. Lawrence Academy. It might be hard to find on YouTube because when I search St. Lawrence Academy, it doesn't come up, but I would just search City Boys and their channel will come up. And
yeah, that would be the way to go for sure.
Yeah, it's very dark. We've got teacher-students things going on, and now we have two teachers like potentially fighting over the same student, and we also have potential for like, I don't know if it's BDSM or if it's just abuse at this point. We're unclear because of the details. The details have not, you know, surfaced yet. So if we're okay with these topics, feel free to, you know, watch and enjoy. But it was a shock to me because, you know, their City Boy content was so like wholesome and cute, and like sometimes there was a little bit of drama, but it was just like relationship drama, and like this is very dark. So I was like, okay, this is a mood shift. But you know, I'll probably still give it a chance just because I did enjoy the City Boys for a while. But it looks like, at least in this one so far, I only see one City Boy that's left. Although I don't know if the others, I don't know if the others are still involved. Maybe they haven't shown up in the series yet, or maybe they're like gonna be part of it, but like in a different series. I'm not sure what their goals are. But yeah, so far I've only seen one of the boys, and he was the one who came on last, actually, who's in it. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where they're headed. But yeah, so that exists. I think we're on, episode 3 was just released today, so feel free to check it out.
Yep. And for me, I'm one of those where that's a hard no. Mainly because like, I do the teaching thing for a living, and that is a hard no. I can't even suspend my disbelief for that one.
Yeah, it's tough
because of my profession. I'm just like, there's no way. That is so wrong on so many levels. Right. Okay, and here's just a reminder for everybody about the reality shows floating around out right there right now for everybody who enjoys watching those queer shows, queer dating shows. We've got The Boyfriend from Japan on Netflix currently, season 2, and His Man 4. So we're already on season 4 on iQIYI.
Yes.
Don't forget to check those out if you like your little reality fix.
I hope, I don't know, His Man 3 was rough because they added this whole secrets and lies part that I really, really hope they take out of His Man 4, because I just felt like it created very, very awful, like, they had to do these missions when we weren't allowed to tell each other, and so then it created all these secrets, and like, I didn't enjoy that because it makes them not, it forces them to be dishonest with each other, which I don't appreciate. True. So I'm hoping they take that out of this season and introduce something else. But Dabbit, if anyone remembers, he was on His Man season 2. He posted something and was like, there's an elimination round. So he was saying from the trailer, it looks like somebody's actually getting eliminated. So I'm like, what is happening? I don't know. We'll see what happens this season.
I don't even know. I'm trying to even remember if I watched the 3rd season or not. I don't know. I know I saw 1 and 2, but
the third season had, well, I don't know. Is it considered a spoiler? That long ago?
I'm not sure, but like maybe if people haven't watched it and they want to try a season out, it might be spoiler. Okay.
I won't say that. His Man 3 was the messiest one. I'll say that.
That's fair.
Okay, so then let's see. Oh, I just wanted to comment. St. Lawrence Academy. I liked this. that the style of the series can be determined from the first episode. That is true. It was very clear the format that the series was going to be in from the first episode. They kind of took some of their vlog elements and put it into the series, which is cool. And they did a lot with like hidden cameras and stuff like that. So they had different angles. It was interesting. I did like that. Okay, very now cool. We're on to our finale section. Which shows ended this past week, and should you watch them or not? I guess we'll see. So the first one that we have is Checkered Shirt Season 2. So this one was 8 episodes, one of the shorter little 10-minute episode series. It's from Korea. It's on the Sook Film YouTube channel, which is so far my favorite channel for like these short Korean series. They've been doing it a long time, and they just have a really nice production quality. But yeah, I watched the finale. I loved those two actors from season 1, and seeing them in season 2. I mean, it was sort of a classic setup where like there's misunderstanding, and then they break up, and then they meet again as adults, and then blah blah. So, but
that's cute though.
It is good. It was really cute, and I liked like the whole revelation moment. And it's not really a spoiler because like that kind of has to happen with one of those stories. And then like I would say you should watch it. I would honestly say watch from the beginning, like watch from season 1 all the way through season 2, because I just think that these two actors, one of them clearly gets better as the show goes on, and then the other one is so good that like I love their chemistry together, and I love just watching him on screen. He's been in a few other, I wish I knew his name, but he's been in a few other shorts from Korea, and he's so captivating. And so, yeah, I would recommend that one. It's definitely one of my favorites from, Checkered Shirt is one of my favorites from Sook Film in general, but it's also one of my favorites from like all these like little shorts from Korea. I really
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Checkered Shirt, you're not the only one. Someone else said it was quite lighthearted for Sook Film. So that's pretty cool for me anyways, because like I tend to avoid Sook Film because of the heaviness, like, and the toxic tropes that they like to use in most of their shows. So yeah,
I guess I like the darkness. I don't know.
Hello, darkness,
there was one show in the middle where I can't remember what the name of it was, but I didn't like how toxic it was. But like the other shows before that, I don't know, I've really enjoyed. I know, yeah, I guess they have tended to use like the cheating trope a lot and stuff like that. But I don't know, I just like the cinematography, and I like even though it's dark, I've always liked the acting. Like I felt like it's very detailed for something that's so low budget. And I love their soundtracks. Everyone always wants to know who the singer is. Sook Film will not release who this singer is that does these soundtracks, Songbird. And it's so frustrating because they're so good. But I'm assuming maybe it's like some famous person who like doesn't want to be revealed that they're doing OSTs for a BM channel. I don't know. But it's like this big secret of this channel.
That is interesting. That's super interesting.
Yeah.
And apparently, also says the actor is probably Jeon Yu Bin.
Probably.
I'm not sure.
You're probably right. I'd have to double check.
Oh, all right. So the next show that ended this last week on Friday was Interminable.
Yes.
It is 12. I think it'd be unfortunate if I pronounced that wrong. I apologize, everybody, if I pronounce Interminable wrong. All right, it's 12 episodes long. It's from IGE, Idol Factory. So Billy and Babe, the ones after all the haters, are also the ones who are the stars of that show.
Yes.
And it is a period drama and a supernatural drama. So it's kind of a fun combination with like it plays with reincarnation too. So yeah, and I only saw the first few episodes. It's like a very slow, sweet burn.
Yeah, I watched the finale. I would say it's worth a single watch.
A single watch, okay.
Yeah, I mean, at least for me. Maybe some other people enjoyed it more. I felt like they focused, for me, I felt like they focused a little too much on the past story and not enough on the present story. But I have seen a lot of comments being like, I want to know what happened in the past. So I think that might have just been me. But it was very, very slow. And slow is fine, but I don't know. Like, if I'm comparing period pieces, I enjoyed Memoir of Rati like much more. Like, I would rewatch that one. Whereas this one, I enjoyed the acting a lot. I think that Billy and Babe had improved a lot from their other series. Not that they were bad originally, but I just think, I don't know, there's something really captivating about the way that Babe acts on screen. I don't know what it is, but he's just so mysterious. It's like he has this groundedness to him that like pulls you in even though you have no idea what he's thinking. I guess maybe it's because he always looks like he's thinking something. Like I feel like he's always like present, and I don't know, it's hard to describe. Cool. But he has this like ethereal quality that I really like. And then I think that Billy was really, really good in this one too. So yeah, I definitely think it's worth a single watch. Maybe people disagree with me and they were obsessed with it. I don't know. But I felt like some of the supernatural stuff got odd at the end. Without spoiling too much. But yeah, I don't know. It was still good. Like I would still give it a heart in my rating system. I have like half a heart, and 2 hearts. 2 hearts is for like things that I really, really love. Okay. And so I would still give it a heart. So it doesn't get half a heart. It still gets a heart.
Okay, fair. So we have some comments saying it was very fun, but the show was slow. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I liked
it to finish. Yeah. Wouldn't recommend it though. And then Chaz hasn't watched the final 2 episodes yet.
Okay, but they've really enjoyed the first 10 episodes. Well, there you go. See, I know that it's a show where some people are going to be like, oh my gosh, I was obsessed with it. But yeah, for me, it was just slow. I had the same issue with, is it My Royal Pin, the one with Freen and Becky? I think that's what it's called.
I think that's what that one's called. Yeah.
I only got through like 3 episodes and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so slow. It seems to be a trend with Idol Factory shows. It's just very slow storytelling. But with some shows you can get by. Like with The Sign, it like was okay because I felt like the content was interesting. But I don't know, maybe it's because it's a period show, but it's just like it's already feels sort of slow and nostalgic. So if you make the storytelling also slow, it's like but you know, I
don't know. I feel you. Linger in the Air comes to mind. That was also a period show with supernatural elements, but just captivating.
That one wasn't slow to me. Like I loved that one. So
right.
I don't know. I guess it just depends on how you tell the story and what's going on.
Yeah, maybe. Right. You gotta carefully pace your story at the end of the day. Pacing is everything. It really absolutely is.
All right, next. So, I will be honest, I have watched the first episode of this one. It went on the back burner for a little while, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it's already ending. So, I was going to try to binge the whole thing, but I didn't get to it in time. So, if anyone else has watched it till the end, please let us know how it is.
Absolutely.
It's called Air Moment with IR in parentheses. So, I guess a moment. But it's from Thailand. It was on View Thailand. There's 7 episodes, and it does have English subtitles, but no technical international release. So it's like this crazy. I will say that episode 1 was like, what is happening? But in a good way. Like I was really intrigued. It was like it's this post-apocalyptic world where my theory from episode 1 is that these boys are in some sort of like drug experiment type thing where they're all, because they kept like flashing back to these rooms where it was like they're all on beds with IVs and there's this woman who's a nurse who's like in charge of them or whatever. And then you see them all dropped into this world from nowhere. And then there's like, it reminded me of the Hunger Games because it's like the rain is acid and the water is like poison and like stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
But it was very much like, if anyone has ever watched like an American indie movie where like, you know that there's metaphors and there's symbolism, but you just don't know what it is. That's what I felt like. I felt like I was like, this means something, but I don't know what it means. Like
Okay, all right.
I could tell there was thought put into it. I could tell that there's like it's symbolizing something in the world, but I just don't know what. So I actually do want to watch the rest. I'm very curious to see where it goes. I'm also really curious to see how they filmed it. Like if there's any behind the scenes I could find, because it was like in this like really rocky area that didn't look like Thailand. Granted, I haven't seen all of Thailand, but like it just looked like something. It looked like a desert almost. And like I don't know if there are deserts in Thailand. Maybe there are, but like and the way they did the color grading, like the soil was like red and just I don't know. It was very interesting. And so I would love to know like how they filmed it and what they did and if they actually made the soil red or if they edited it afterwards. Like so I don't know. Right. Has anyone in this chat watched this at all?
It doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like it.
So
okay.
Air Moments, if you care to VPN that, if you happen to have a VPN, View Thailand is accessible and it is free. So Air Moment is free on there with a VPN. With English and yeah. So anyway, maybe we'll give it a shot. We'll let you know if we do.
Yeah. If I finish it, I'll update you guys and see what I think. But yeah, it seemed to have low. If anyone follows my drama list at all for these types of things, it's like a website that has a lot of info on the shows and the cast and when it's coming out, how many episodes there are, etc. There's like a comment section on there. A lot of the rating is very low. However, most of the comments were just like, I was confused. So I want to see it because sometimes if a show's really artsy, it's going to get a low rating. And so I'm like, okay, this seems like one that might be artsy in a good way. So I want to keep watching to see if, because some people just want things that are easy to digest, which is fair, but
and we also can't like pay attention to the ratings on my drama list anyway. Because they do that on purpose sometimes.
Oh, really?
They try to tank shows on purpose on there. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I usually use it as a guide. I don't use it as like my be all end all decision, but
I did for a while. I was like, oh, people don't like this one. Okay, maybe I won't watch it. That was not yeah. I guess take it with a grain of salt and then try an episode anyway. I would say at least from my drama list, that's what I would recommend doing.
Okay, good to know.
Absolutely. Oh, okay. We have one more. The last one that ended is Sculpted Light. It's from China. It's 5 episodes long. Those episodes are 5 to 6 minutes long. I did watch episode 1 of that. That was it for me. That was all I could take. I can say that it had a soap opera vibe, like messy, like stealing someone from the altar kind of situation. Yeah.
Okay.
And then like a kid who was abused by his family and out for revenge.
All right. Well, has anyone watched
I did have a conversation with one of my acquaintances from my Discord channel, and they were saying that it didn't feel like it was over at 5 episodes. But 5 episodes was what was on their release schedule. And so if they do have a second part, I guess we'll find out kind of thing, because it felt a little bit like there should be more. If it is the ending, apparently if that really is the ending, it's not the bestest. And if hopefully it's not the ending.
All right. All right, we have someone that I think it used the time available quite well. Okay, and I also liked the background music. Oh, interesting. Well, I'm definitely gonna give it a shot, especially if it's only 5 episodes. That's pretty quick. So I'm definitely gonna see how I feel and just binge it. But yeah, I'll give it a try.
25 minutes of your time. I suppose that's not very much.
Not too much. All right. And so this is technically not a BL. But if anyone was watching, Dumandi Friendship Reality Season 3 just ended. They had 6 episodes. It was on YouTube. They do have an uncut on iQIYI. However, each episode has like maybe 3 minutes that's uncut. So realistically,
really?
yeah, it's not really uncut. So
No.
there's only one scene from the uncut version that I really was like, oh, I wish they had included this in the other version. The other ones are like still interesting, but they're not as necessary in my opinion. But there's one scene where I'm like, oh no, I really like the scene. So anyways, I will be talking about all of that in the spoiler section because I was following all of that, and yes, I love them. I love.
And so for today's spoiler section, we are finally there. It is a free-for-all, FYI.
Yes.
Possibilities include Goddess Bless You from Death, Burnout Syndrome, Forever You, Dare You to Death, and DMD Friendship, as well as whomever wants to talk about whatever in the live chat. So at this point, just be aware. Now, the likelihood of there being lots and lots of spoilers, because we're talking about so many things, is low. But there will be a chance of you catching something from any one of those shows.
Yes. So if you're going to leave us at this point, thank you so much for joining. But if you want to stay and hang out and talk about some potential spoilers, then please stay.
Absolutely. Oh, so we're going to dive right into it. Today we are discussing favorite moments from the week. Why? Because we didn't have any series that we wanted to focus on. It's really as simple as that.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's going to happen. And when that happens, we're like, let's talk about them all.
Yes. Well, really, it's just like, was there a moment in something that was like, oh my gosh, I love this moment? Yeah. Right? Songbird, do you have one that you want to talk about first?
Honestly, Goddess, if you haven't been watching it, no, it's not for everybody. Okay, so I will give a little bit of a thing. It made me squeamish this week.
Yep.
Just a little bit. Like I couldn't make it all the way through that episode in one go. The horror elements are like fabulous and kind of terrifying in all reality. This week I was like, why are you going away alone? What are you, crazy? I'm looking at the screen and I'm like, of course they are. They have to do the classic horror trope, which is like,
of course,
dumb and isolating yourself and going and then when oh gosh, names are eluding me. I'm so apologize. He was in the car. He'd separated from his person who was out in the space looking for the criminal. He had the doors locked.
And then whose character?
Yeah, right? Whose character? He had the doors locked, and then he couldn't hear Pavel's character on the radio. So what does the foolish child do at that moment? I'm calling him a foolish child, even though he's like 25 in this show. He unlocks the door.
Well, he
unlocks the door and leaves the vehicle.
I think it's because because the ghost also whispered to him, "Don't leave, it's dangerous." So he knew that it was dangerous. But I think that for him, he also felt like, I just think at the end of the day, he thinks that his life is less important than Singha's, which is Pavel's character. And so I think that
thank you.
He was willing to risk himself, hoping that he could help Singha. And that's my theory. And yes, of course, that's frustrating. But yeah, for the gruesome parts, like when the thing stuck through his leg, like the bone or whatever, and like the one thing I will really like, so we have 2 horror series now that have come out, right? Like Kenjira and Goddess. They're both very, very different in their horror aspects. Kenjira was more like jump scary, whereas this one is like, yeah, like you said, it's gruesome. It's like they're not afraid of the blood and the pain and the like. I just have a thing with when they sew people's mouths shut and their eyes shut. I have a thing
Oh,
with that. Like in every other horror movie that's ever done I can't watch it. I don't like needles. I just the
no.
looking at the thread like throughout. I can't. So this one is really tough for me. Every time I like have to cover the screen because I'm like I can't look at that. But like the fact that I have to do that is really cool. Like I really appreciate that they just went in and like did not, shy away. I think both series have their good points. Like I'm not saying one is better than the other, but it's like Goddess just went in with the gruesomeness. Goddess was like, we are going to be like, dirty and dark and like raw and just
and horror and like really horror, and the ghosts are terrifying. And like the little girl when Sing Ha like saw his sister.
Like and
no.
this is for people who like American horror is like crazy sometimes. So the fact that it's making me who's seen American horror also freak out. I mean, maybe if you're like a crazy horror fan, you'll be like, this is fine. But I mean, even horror fans, I feel like would, be taken aback a little bit at that stuff. I think they did a really good job with that.
Anyway, they ended it on a cliffhanger.
Of course they did. Well, they got one more left, so.
Right. The rest of the climax will be in the final episode. So, Chas, when you say you're glad you chose to wait to watch 12 and 13 together, that was a brilliant move.
Yeah, definitely. It's good that you waited. Gorefest, yes. Goddess was extremely hard to watch. I agree. Did anyone notice that the invitation that come in? Oh, that's from Dare You to Death. Okay, we'll get to that one. I definitely love Dare You to Death.
I think they did good at the suspense, but yeah, some of the choices were dumb. The hair scene absolutely grossed me out. And then it grossed Valerie too.
That's another thing I couldn't watch. I couldn't watch it. I was like, the minute I knew what he was doing, I literally went like this. I was like, well, now you see my phone. But like, I was like, I cannot.
I can't do it. No. Oh, no. It was so gross. I think that was one of the moments where I like I paused it and I'm like, okay, I'm coming back. I'll come back in a little while.
Yeah, no. And also like I don't know how the actor did that, because as an actor, like having to put that stuff in your it was fake hair or real hair or whatever it was. He had to put that in his mouth and like actively, and I'm just like,
ew.
I can't. It was rough. But
yeah, episode 12 was really hard to watch, Chaz. You were correct.
It was rough. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so I think as far as like it's a far removal, like the quality increase from Pit Babe and the storytelling quality is like a powerful jump.
Yeah, I agree.
And even This Love doesn't have long beats. This Love doesn't have long beats. Like it's a powerful jump from that too. So fingers crossed that they keep on this trajectory, because man, oh man, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that company Change has a lot of potential. Like they've been producing series for a while, and so I think that they have. Plus it looks like, I guess they are taking on a few more artists this year, but in general, they haven't really taken on a lot of artists besides the Pit Babe artists. So I feel like they've been able to kind of give them some chances and give them some like acting training and like kind of focus on them for a little while. So
yeah.
But I saw that Tidal is joining them, which if anyone remembers, Tidal was from La Pluie. And a lot of other shows, like I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but he kind of dropped off the face of the earth for a while. Like he was supposed to be in a boy band with him and Noel from Me Mind Why and James Sue from Dumundee and this other person who was named James, who I didn't know. And then that dropped. I don't know what happened to it, but that ended. And so it was like after that, I hadn't heard anything from Tidal in forever. And then I saw him pop up at Change and I was like, oh, this is exciting. So I think, they're adding on Otto. Also, Otto, who's in Goddess, is now joining Change. He's the one that everyone is shipping with Lee. And some other people. I forget who else they're adding, but Anyways,
All
that was
right.
off topic, but
So there's goddess and there's change, and
yes.
let's let you pick one this time.
Okay, I mean, I'm just gonna talk about Do Indie Friendship because I'm obsessed.
Okay.
So if anyone has watched it, we know that we now have 3 new couples. 2 of them are from Gen 5 and 1 of them is from Gen 4. Ryujin and Pat G, who we have seen Pat G in Your Sky, and Ryujin has not officially been in anything really. He was like a side character for 2 seconds in the Your Sky specials. And I don't think he's been anything else. He's going to be in Mr. Fanboy coming up with Bruce Dave. And so is Patchy, actually. But so they decided that they were going to choose each other. They were the only 2 who didn't choose a partner from last season. And they're both very young. So I was debating, I was like, are they going to choose each other just because they've been the only 2 who are like the same age, not partnered together for forever? But apparently they've also, I forgot that Patchy has known Ryujin since he was young. Like he knew him from school and was friends with him, sort of like he was like friends with Ryujin's friend, if that makes sense. And then apparently now they go to the same university, even though they're not in the same class. So I feel like they have gotten to know each other more than just being like the only 2 left. And so I feel like, I don't know. So they chose each other, and then we have North and Otto, who are, North is in love. This man is crazy. I love him so much. He's definitely absorbed some of TT's personality, because TT, if anyone knows, is very crazy and does also, and like North is doing those things now because North is also in Doing With You with TT Poor, and now it's been revealed that Otto is also with them. So I'm assuming that North and Otto are going to be like a pair in that show. But yeah, so they chose each other, which is fun. And then we also have Copper and FIFA, which I think will be, this pair I'm super interested to see, because Copper, if anyone remembers, was from Beyond Cloud, and he did Dead Friend Forever, and was also on the hidden character reality show that they had. And he has been in other various things. He was on Laz Icon with Uu and Poor, actually, and Da'u and Off Road, the thing that created Laz 1. And so he has like decent singing skills, decent dancing skills, and some acting experience. And then FIFA, he went to Korea and trained in one of the Korean shows. I think it's called SM Rookies, something like that. And so he's been training in Korea for a while. So he's got like great dancing, great singing basics, but like 0 acting skills. And so they both have singing and dancing about at the same level. And so I feel like when they get their acting like more on par with each other, they're going to be like a power couple, in my opinion, because they're going to be able to sing, dance, and act really well, potentially. I mean, obviously, we haven't, we saw FIFA's acting a little bit in the show, but I think Copper has some really great potential. And so, yeah, I'm really excited to see, I'm glad to see Copper. Nothing against Beyond Cloud, but as we know, every company has its own vibe, and I think Copper fits the vibe of Doom and D a lot better. I don't think
cool.
So I'm excited for him that he's joining a new chapter, joining a new thing, and then and then the little bit of tea I wanted. Oh, please go ahead.
For me, it's just hashtag find Porsche a partner that he wants, like his age.
Porsche, my baby. I say my baby, and I'm like 6 years older than him, but like
he's like 30.
he's like my age. He's I should say Porsche, my friend.
But I really, really hope, because he just like wants to find someone to work with, and like
I know,
it almost sounded like more than that, like just someone who was his like, well, I guess partner, right? At the end of the day, like these BL partners or something other than. So like, and he wants that.
Yeah.
So
I know. I love Porsche. For anyone who doesn't remember, he was from Star Hunter. He was in City of Stars. City of Stars, right? Yeah, City of Stars.
City of Stars, yeah.
And I actually liked his acting a lot in that. I
did too.
Thought he was really good. He was like one of the reasons why I watched the show. And he was just such a lovely, I know it must have been hard for him to be the oldest one in the house, like clearly. Absolutely. With this. And so like he was just so kind and so sweet, and he just wants to find somebody who, you know, can partner with him. And I really hope that, I'm sure Dumundy has a plan, because they wouldn't have accepted him if they didn't think they could find him a partner. So I'm hoping that they audition outside and they can find somebody, or they maybe they'll have Porsche do what Net did, where like Net went out and found JJ and like found a partner, you know, or something like that. Because unless Park or Mark want to have a partner, which I could potentially see. Although
Park was the one at the finale, right? That was Park.
Yes.
And I was like, I've never seen him show up to one of these things before. What is this about? That was curious to me.
So it was also suspicious because Claw had Park comment on Porsche's performance.
Right. There was that too.
However, I was like, well, he claimed that it was because, Park is around the same age as Porsche or whatever. But I was like, are they questioning like this? Because Park was paired with Tiger in Dog Bro, but Tiger isn't part of Dumundy. And I feel like if Tiger was going to join Dumundy, he probably would have joined Gen 5. And so I'm thinking that maybe they're not going to work together anymore, ? And so I don't know. I was like, I could potentially see them together. I mean, we'd have to see their chemistry, but, you know, I guess it just depends, because, yeah, it just depends on what Park's goals are. I don't know if he wants like a partner or not.
It might have been one of those like, hey, you should come watch this finale for this person kind of thing.
See what you think.
And that's why they were like, hey, he's about your age. And like
they're like, you know, go do the thing.
Maybe try him on for size. You don't know.
Right? No, I know.
I just know that like I've never seen him in one of the audiences on any of the seasons. So
it's true. Yeah, he hasn't come to watch. Yeah, and that's a really good point. And yeah, I thought about that too. I was like, what's happening? I am definitely on the Pupa James ship. I'm on the ship. I don't know if James is interested in joining BL again, but if he is, I really like their chemistry, and I think Pupa is just funny. And so I have to say, this is part of the tea that was
the tea you wanted to say.
Yes. So something that blew up on the internet when Pupa did his solo performance, which if anyone has watched was very sexy.
Yes. Yep.
And he was like, but honestly, besides that, like he had such good stage presence and such good, like, it was a whole package of a performance. And I was really impressed. I was like, you know, I thought that he did really, really well with that, which is another reason why I was like, I feel like him and James could, you know, perform together. Anyways, but there was a moment that they showed in the episode, which was so funny. Kim from Latte Kim and Ohm from Jimmy Ohm, our queens, our divas. Pupa had a moment where he did a move or whatever, and Kim clutched her pearls and looked over. So I will give you context. So Kim and Ohm were sitting. There were 3 people in between them. Kim bends over and looks at Ohm, and Ohm bends over and looks at Kim, and they had like a "yes, girl, I saw that" moment, and then sat back down. And literally the entire internet, that was all I saw on my feed all day.
Oh.
Kim and Ohm having their bestie moment about, and then of course like Jimmy pops up and he's like, hey, what's going on here? And like Ohm was like, yeah, you know, we were like whatever. And so it was just this whole thing. And Pupa has just been like, so if anyone, you know, doesn't know, he didn't choose anybody. He chose Otto, but Otto had already chosen North. So Pupa does not have a partner. He is partnerless. And so Pupa has decided to flirt with everyone on X, with literally anyone. He's flirting with Kim and Ohm and like literally any human possible. And also he flirted with Nunu, which I was like, because Nunu is kind of off limits, like unspoken, like off limits to people, even if they're like flirting and having jokes around on X or whatever, like no one ever messes with him. And so the fact that he just said something, I was like, oh, you're playing big now. And so I just, so I love that moment. I thought that was hilarious. It was great. That was
apparently, Apparently, Poppy and Park are brothers. That's what's going on in the comments section.
Yes, they are brothers. Poppy and Park are brothers. Poppy is the younger one, even though everyone thinks he's the older one. And they also have a third brother. They have the oldest brother, and they all look the same. Like if you see them all together on a live, they like have very, very similar features. So yes, they are brothers.
I love Poppy though. Like honestly, yeah.
He's a great MC. Like Park does MCing too, and this is not to like disparage Park at all, but just like Park has more of a serious vibe, whereas Poppy is really smiley. And so they both are good MCs. They both are decent at what they do. But I just think that Poppy creates more of like an approachable vibe, if that makes sense. Because he's just like really, really smiley all the time. Oh, Jess said, I adore Title. I'm so glad. Yes, I am so glad he's getting work again. How does Doom&D recruit or find these boys? I agree. Yes. How do they recruit them? I know that like Off goes and finds people places, but I don't know how. He finds so many boys from like the north too, and like in these other provinces. I'm like, are you stalking social media? Are you seeing like performances at universities? Like, I'm so curious.
Maybe.
I agree. Like the boys that they find are so interesting and have different types and different like characters, and yeah, yes.
All right, so we either have time for one more or we don't. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, does anyone have any other thoughts? I mean, I love Forever You too. I think that the acting is amazing. Tong Liu, the main character who's going through all his stuff, is like just doing such a good job. I love them. Dare You to Death, I really, really like. I saw some people online saying like that they felt like the editing is choppy, and I'm like, it is choppy in some moments, but in general, I think the storytelling is really cool. And I like that for Dare You to Death, I like that they don't have like our pretty filter on. Like you can actually see their like scars on their face and like things like that. Like you can see their skin, like they look real, if that makes sense. Because some of these series have like an airbrush filter, which is fine. That's like a vibe. But I like that this one feels a little more gritty.
Doug still looks like a model.
I mean,
even in
yes.
his character.
But you can still see his face, though. You can see his pores. But yeah, no, and I think their acting has improved so much from their other series in this. I think I'm really, really enjoying their acting. And I like the murder story because I still don't know. I have my theories, but I still don't know who the murderer is. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, and I think that's really cool. But maybe I'm just dumb.
That is pretty cool. I don't know. No, I think we're all kind of there. Dare You to Death. Who done it? Who knows? Basically.
Who knows? Do you have a theory, Songbird, of who did it?
I'm leaning towards you know what the one I'm leaning towards that would be really depressing is Jade's brother.
No, it can't be.
That's the direction I'm leaning.
No, I would be
lots of the tea, and we just discovered like this crazy news about him, about like how he might have gotten her pregnant or whatever. Yeah,
I know. So my theory right now is Shireen. June is playing her, the one with like the one who's dating Chimon's character, Champ.
Or yeah, like she's the only girl left, really.
Yeah, I don't know. That my theory is her, but I don't know why though. I'm like trying to figure out the motive, and I'm like, I don't know why. But she just seems so suspicious, and like she knows everything about everyone's stories. Where I feel like other people are like finding out about other people's stories and being like, oh, I didn't know that, or like, oh, and I don't know. And I also feel like the voice changing kind of sounds like her cadence without like, I don't know. That's just.
She'd also have to be really, really strong because like she was like, right? And to do that through skin and through muscle and through all the things would take some power.
That's a good point. It's a good point. I don't know.
Could be more than one. We could have like a team of.
That's true. It could be like multiple, and like each person did a different death or whatever. Shireen was my first suspect. Her eyes are shifty. Yes. I love that. Oh. No, we are all wondering. I like Forever You too. It's just a sweet romance. It is a sweet romance, but it's also like he's dealing with a lot. I feel
He
like
is. They're doing a
uh
great job with that, though. I'm much more invested than I was in season one. So,
I agree. Chaz says I'm in love
yeah,
with Beaver and Tong Yu. I agree. They're just so cute. I'm fully rooting for their characters. Yes, they made the characters so lovable. Like you just want them both to succeed. You want their love story to succeed. And I feel like I don't know. I
absolutely.
really like them.
And then burnout syndrome. He made his choice. Now he's got to lie with that.
Burnout
Um,
syndrome is just
and honestly, I don't feel sorry for Pim one moment of one little tiny iota of a bit.
oh, Juve's
Not in the
character?
slightest. Yeah, not at all. Like he made that bad, now he's gonna lay in it because like he created this whole narrative for himself, and built this world and tattooed his own skin over someone who was only marginally interested in him in the first place. And that was
That's
on
fair.
him. That
That's
was
fair.
that's all on him, you know, like
It is on him. He decided to live in his delusion. However, I will say that also, what is his name? What's Gun's name? Why do I never remember character
Jira,
names? Jira.
Jira.
He has definitely led that man on though. Like, yes, Dude's
Yeah,
character is
okay.
crazy. Like, so he's the worst type of person to lead on because he will take it and run with it. He will take that little hint that you give
This is
him and
precisely.
will run with it. And so Jira is like, he's definitely Jira is just like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just like, I'm just gonna be with people and go with my feelings and like not care how I affect everyone else. And I'm like, okay.
There's that too. I'm not saying anybody else is better. Not at all.
Yeah.
They are all their own little red flags.
Yes.
But Ajira, yeah, he led Pim on only a little bit, not as much as Pim made of it, but he did lead
True.
him
That's
on a
true.
little bit.
That's true.
Um, but I think he wanted to like Pim. I don't think he wanted to like the black flag. He was
Yep.
hoping that he would find the green flag, who we discovered Pim was not,
Yeah.
more attractive, but he did not at the end. You know, go as black as he was, he's like is, I guess. Everybody, some people flipped for Go in this last episode because of
Well,
his whole little chat with his the picture of his mother
yeah. I
that he
mean,
had.
I think that I think that he has he's one of those people where like okay, so in shows you'll see like even heads of mafia groups have wives and families. So like
Mm-hmm.
even people who are crazy and manipulative and do these things like Ko does, they also can have a side that loves someone. So like
That's
or
true.
you know as much as you can. So that's just my envision. That's like my vision for him. I feel like he's still that black flag. Like he hasn't
Yeah.
changed but he's just
No.
like, I'm just gonna, you know, I like Jira. And honestly, half of the reason is because he can sleep when he's with him. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
right.
think that
And he's
he
like, come, his
loves
like
him.
his call is like, come to join me in my darkness, right? It wasn't
Literally.
like I will step out of the darkness into the rest of the world. No, it was like
No.
we can live together, hold away until this particular scam blows over and I can show my face
Literally.
again without possibly getting taken out.
Yeah,
That was,
exactly.
that was
Yeah, I know, like you said, Jira totally wanted to like Peem. Like but he's going with who inspires his art more. And so that just
absolutely.
happened to be Ko in the moment. And so yeah. I'm still sad that my dreams of this being a poly show died, but it's fine.
Yeah, I had dreams of that as well because I know Nushi would be brave enough to do such a thing, but
Yeah.
perhaps this wasn't the right one yet.
Yeah, it's also true that like I don't know if Off would be cool with that. I mean, not that he's like not cool with it. It's just like him and Gunn have been the only ones who have done anything like intimate like
Mm-hmm.
ever. Like even although because even when Off's been with women, he only like kind of kisses them. Maybe it's like very
Mm-hmm.
small. And so I feel like opening that up into a whole other world of like, okay, now I have to get to know this whole other human in like a whole different story. I don't know. Maybe he'd be up for it, but I think that might have been a lot. I know that obviously Gunn was up for it, but Gunn's also I feel like played with other people in the past, like before UNTV and stuff like that. So
It's been
um
around for a long time.
yeah, but I don't know.
2009, 2007 was his first thing. Yeah,
Something like that. Yeah.
something like that. Super long.
But if you notice, like even Gunn and Dew don't really kiss. Like, yeah, they have
No,
that
they
end
don't. I
scene.
was thinking they would, but they did not. And
They
I was
really
like,
didn't.
okay, okay. And even that when they were doing the playback made off uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
clearly those two had boundaries in their relationship. I'm calling okay. Honestly, those two, they've been almost acting exclusively with each other for a decade. I don't even know. But I'm gonna call it their
Yeah.
relationship because what else can you call it? Um, and they seem to have some kind of boundary there about whom they interact with other people.
Yeah. Because I feel like with this type of story, those two would definitely kiss. So I feel like that must have been a comfort level thing. It also could have been a comfort level thing from Dew. Like maybe Dew didn't want to like full on make out with Gunn. I don't know. But
Maybe.
you know, there was just very clearly a line that was set with them where it was
Yes.
like we're not going to fully kiss. Like we're not going to actually, you know, like French, I don't know, not French kiss, but you know, like fully
Go
kiss.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Guns
I
first.
thought that was interesting, but they still made it work. Like, I mean, in the back of my head a little bit, I was like, oh, it's kind of unbelievable because especially when they're, you know, like you would kiss in that situation. But I was like, I feel like they handled it as well as they could while avoiding it. So I was like, okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you like
All
the
right, so we were wrong. DeLorean looked it up. Gunn's first MDL credit was 2001.
wow, that's a long time ago. So I guess he was more like a child
He's like,
star
yeah, he's a
almost.
childhood star. Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting.
Because he's what, 30? So what would he have been?
Something like that, maybe.
One? Wait, 2001. 21. No, 10? He'd have been like 10 for
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
Yeah, he's acting since he was 11. He won his first award for acting when he was 14. Yeah, so well before BL existed as a like the way it exists now in Thailand. I can't say
Wow.
well before it existed because it's existed like since the very, very
Ron
long
is
time.
32
But
now, really? That's crazy to me.
Gunn
Like,
is 32. I thought, is he? That means that Off is 33. I
yeah.
have missed a year or so of following them, I guess.
I feel like I knew actually that makes sense because I feel like I thought that Off and Gunn were had a bigger age gap, I guess, because I knew Tay has mentioned how he's 33 and I felt like him and Off were around the same age. But I always thought that Gunn was like 5 years younger than Off. But apparently I'm wrong.
He just looks very young. He's lucky, is what he is.
Yeah. Well, he's also had lots
Very
of
lucky.
plastic surgery.
Oh, you think so? Lots.
Oh yeah. Well, at least on his nose. I don't know about anywhere else on his face because I'm unfamiliar with the signs, but in like
Mm.
every single reality show for like the past year, Gunn can't laugh. He always hides and he like can't he talks about it too. He's like I can't laugh. I just had work done on my nose. So it's like it was like in what was high season and there were so many an armchair and like there were so many reality shows where you could tell they were filmed at different times and he was like I was like I can't my nose also his nose keeps looking different every month so
It could be that he just hasn't gotten it right yet. He's
I
looking for that
guess
perfect look. Okay, so Office, how did I? Okay, I have been following this for like 5 years. So sure, Office now 35, and I mean, I've
okay
been following it for 5 years. So the last time I looked up his age might well have been like 3 years ago. It's possible, and I didn't just make the leap, and that means that Gunn is they look like they're wait, so October 4th, 93 and 91. So like January 20th of 91. So they have a little bit of
A little bit
gap
of an age
between
gap.
them.
So kind of what I remembered, but I for some reason I was thinking it was more. But yeah. So I guess I didn't realize that
35,
maybe
my
off
boyfriend.
what?
I didn't think that Chris and Cincto were that much younger than Off and Gun. Like
Yeah, I thought they were
that's
all around the same
years.
age, but I
I thought
guess
so too.
I guess Off is even older than Tay because I thought that Off and Tay were. I mean, they're
I thought
basically the
so
same age.
too.
They're like 2 years apart, I think. Because I think
At
Tay
this point,
mentioned
they're all
that he's
the same age.
33, but yeah, it's like them and Z from Doom and D are like the same age
Yeah,
bracket.
but like
I think
Kit just turned 31, and Cincto he turned 30 last. No, backwards. Cincto turned
yeah,
31 last year, and Kit turned 30 last year. 30
yeah.
was the big deal, apparently.
I
So
mean,
I've obviously been following them, and then the rest of them I just stopped. I stopped their ages moving forward.
they're close enough.
Right? So they're all P's to those two. Interesting.
They all started acting together just over 10 years ago. Yeah, wild,
Yeah, they all of
wild.
that whole group, that whole OG group is
Yep.
about 10 years old,
Yeah,
just about, which is
definitely the
crazy, which is
OGs.
so interesting. They enjoy being in a pair, I guess, at the end of the day. They
Yeah, it is.
must.
It is interesting. I'm gonna be really curious to see when some of these older couples like decide to stop, if they ever do stop. Because I mean, technically, if they want to keep working as a pair, they could do it. I mean, as
Mhm.
long as JOTV wants to keep producing series with older people, like
Yeah.
the only other option they would have is to move to one of the Lacorn channels, which is like
Yes.
possible. But then you'd I mean, it's kind of like starting all over because the audiences aren't
Hmm.
really the same. So
There is that. Yeah. And,
I feel like at that point you would just retire because transitioning into like doing the corn at
uh,
35 like is possible because you can kind of act until you're dead. Like you can they
yeah,
always need people who
absolutely.
are older and stuff like that. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see when people are like, oh, we're actually done, like
Yeah, it
let's just
is.
like
Well, with Twist and Cincto, they were quote unquote done, and then they weren't.
yeah,
So
I don't know,
I don't know either.
we'll see.
They're like, psych, never mind. Sorry you broke all your hearts, but we're real after all. We're coming back together. We're doing this. And who knows, maybe they'll do it for like the rest of their acting career.
That is still the biggest shock of the BL industry, honestly. The fact that Sikto came back to GMTV. Like,
Oh, is it?
well, I think
I
so because everyone was hoping for it, but like so many years had passed. People were like, "Oh, it's a pipe dream. Like, you're crazy. It's not happening." Like, clearly, and then it happened, and I was like,
well, Chris was a pest.
"Well,
That's the story they tell, that he asked him every year, and then he got their friend group involved, and they all they're they're all
right,
asking him to come back, and maybe he finally wore him down. No, I don't know. I think they genuinely feel the most comfortable with each other, like they said, and like this was for them, not for the fans. The reason
yeah,
they came back together was for them,
yeah," and
which is cool.
it's awesome.
Chris and Sito started working together about 6 months after Off and Gun. Yeah, because of puppy honey love, puppy.
I think
I
it's
know it's
puppy
puppy,
honey. I think it's
and
puppy
I know there's
honey.
honey in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they were the little side couple in that. I went back and watched that.
Did you really?
They made that show cute. Yeah,
The one that I
absolutely.
the one that I love from them that I will always rewatch that I never remember the name of is the one where I think either one or both of them is like a film major and Gunn's character
Oh,
does that like little YouTube channel where he does like the little like movie reviews or whatever and Off's character is like I'm going to go
mhm.
flirt with all these women and then he like
Yeah, Theory of
realizes
Love.
he's gay or whatever. Theory of Love, yeah. I love that show. I will rewatch it a ton. I just think that I don't know, they're great in that one. I really like that one.
You know what I discovered with Puppy Honey though? Like, because the main couple was a hetero couple, right? And it's from back
Mm-hmm.
whenever. Um, like everybody complains about like the quote unquote, oh, you don't like kissing boys because of the fish kiss thing and BL or whatever, you know? It's not just BL that has those kinds of kisses in it. Like that series, the main couple in that series was like, the puckered lips just barely touching, and that was
Oh
it.
yeah.
That was the extent of it. And like that made me go down a different kind of rabbit hole into Thai culture and learning that like it actually wasn't normal for physical affection to be had on screen or on the
Mhm.
street. Like physical affection isn't really PDA, public
Yeah.
displays of affection, are not a thing in Thailand. So um, the fact that they're doing as much as they do on screen for all of us is kind of crazy, to be honest. It's not the norm.
Yeah, no, I
The
mean,
cute
you'll
little
still
fish
see,
kiss is the norm.
yeah, you'll still see a lot of like if there's men and women kissing on screen, you'll see a lot
Mhm.
of just baby kisses. Especially
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
like when Off did the series, I think what was it, Breakup Service with Jorin, I believe, from For Eve,
Hmm.
like they might not have even kissed. I don't remember if they actually kissed or not, but they might have just done like the angled kiss thing.
Hmm.
But yeah, like in a lot of shows, it's very rare for anybody to do more than that. And you've seen
Yeah.
like we've seen a few of them. Like GMMTV, I think in the jungle went a little farther with a couple of the women. But I think it's like they still try to protect the
Hmm.
female sort of innocence kind of thing. And
I
so
think
for a
so.
lot of yeah, for a lot of stuff, it's not normal, but I think it's become a little more normal, but more on the BLGL side of things, like less on the Lacorn and like the quote
Yeah.
unquote hetero
Well,
series kind of things.
and I've heard, haven't seen because I haven't been to Thailand yet, but I've heard that like physical affection among same, like if you're the same sex, is more acceptable than physical affection when you're not. Like
Yeah,
friend physical touch with friends and stuff is like is more acceptable than like the PDA between lovers.
yeah, I think so. From what I can see from like some talking to some of my Thai friends and from what I can see, like, from media and stuff, it seems that way. It seems like, and I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of the boys are like way more affectionate than like boys in America, for example, because like
Hmm.
boys in America, you do one thing and everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're gay or whatever. And they
Right?
tease
So
you.
rude.
Whereas, like over there, it's like easier for them to have the physical contact that they want with their guy
Hmm.
friends than it is like with women. And not that they don't touch women at all, but like you can see even with like the way they interact with other GMMTV actresses and things like that, like it is much more separate. And so I think having these same sex shows sometimes are like more accepted or like more, it's
It's
just
a little bit
interesting.
more freedom. It
Yeah,
is
it's
interesting. And the other thing that I guess we're doing a little mini like Thailand like
I know.
culture lesson for newbies here at the end of the show, because the other interesting thing that I saw like talked about as being a negative thing is like, oh, they don't really like wanna kiss them is the sniff kiss. That is an actual thing in Thailand.
Oh
Um
yeah. It is a thing
Super
that
cute. But like when we look at, because they do this and then
mhm.
they just sniff. And so, oh, that person doesn't want to even kiss that person on the cheek. How homophobic of them at the end of the day, right? When no, it's a normal cultural thing they have there, and it even has a name.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually really interesting because if you don't know the Thai, you won't necessarily know the difference. But there's like, I'm probably not going to say it in the right tone, but when they say like, give me a kiss on the cheek, usually they say hom, which is like the
Home.
word for like
Hmm.
sniff or like smell or something like that. And so it's like hom gam is like sniff my cheek technically would be like the
Yep.
literal translation. And so it's like, in English, we have to say kiss my cheek because we don't have like a smell or a sniff kiss in our
Mm-mm.
vocabulary. And so it's literally what they say. And so that's why they do that. It's like that's part of their
Right.
culture is they have
It
this
is.
sniff kiss basically. And so they literally sniff. That's why they're like that's, what they do.
And
And
And I
Cute.
was thinking about it. I was thinking about it. It's almost really, it's almost more intimate than actually just giving somebody a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, it can be. Definitely.
Have you ever tried it before? Or is that, it's okay if you don't want to answer that, but have you ever sniff kissed somebody?
No. I mean, I guess I could try with one of my Thai friends, but I feel like doing it outside of the Thailand context would be odd. Like unless
That's fair.
somebody knew about the BL world, then maybe. But I'm also
Maybe.
like I'm not someone who does that with my friends necessarily. Like I'm like touchy feely like huggy wise, but not like
Mhm.
I don't kiss my friends on the cheek usually. I mean,
No, I don't. I don't either, which is why I was thinking it was like more of like a romantic thing and not necessarily a
Yeah.
friend thing to do. Because
Oh,
in
I
my
see.
mind, sniffing somebody is like kind of a little intimate thing to do at the end of the
Mhm.
day.
Yeah.
Almost more intimate than just like the mwah mwah like the French do, you know?
Mhm. I
I
think
don't
so.
know. There's something about it. Anyway, that's our
I know we went on
Bye.
a tangent. Our live is a little longer today, but thank you for sticking around with us, friends.
Absolutely. I love all the comments in the comments section. We have all kinds of things about, I think that kind of kissing on screen has been the norm in Thailand, Korea, and Japan, like just the peck on the mouth.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The kiss in episode 5 of Bad Buddy set a new bar. That is
Okay.
fair. That's an interesting way to think about it. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
whenever
All right, guys.
whenever any Korean show has anything more than a fish kiss, I'm like, whoa. Because to
Right.
me, for them, that's like way over what they normally do. Like in any Korean show, I'm always expecting just like even Japan too, depending on the genre of show, it's like just a really
Right.
quick thing. So yeah, it's definitely something that Thailand has kind of like blown the doors open on.
I often find holding hands one of the most intimate things to do, so I'm always moved by that. That's also very
Yes,
sweet.
I
Especially when
agree.
the fingers get laced. Oh man.
I love holding hand stuff. My favorite scene in any show will always be the morning after cuddle scene when they wake up in the morning and they're like, "Oh, we just did that. Let's just be cute and shy together." I think that's cute. It's my favorite moment in every show, and I
Aw.
always hope they have one. I always hope they have one because sometimes they skip that moment, and I'm always like, no, don't skip it. It's just like when they're both at their most vulnerable, in my opinion, like any character, because it's their first time that they did that, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just their most like vulnerable moment, and I love it. So it like reminds me of
Uh,
like holding hands or like that, that soft moment that's not necessarily like going all the way or whatever.
Valerie's like, thank you for the cultural edition. If you guys like the
Yeah.
cultural edition and you would like us to like make it a little bit more of a regular thing, let us know in the comments. The regular comments for the show, we'll catch on to them. And if enough people say they like that and want more, we have some basics, but we can do more research.
Yeah, I'm sure more
Give
will
you
come
all
up
kinds of
as we
stuff.
go, but yeah, we can add a
And
section.
yeah, I'm sure it'll also come up just naturally as well. True. Very true.
I love the
But we
morning
could make
cuddle
it,
scene. See, yes,
but we could make it like a more of an official thing if we wanted to,
yeah,
like a segment sometimes. Maybe. All right, everybody. I think this is it for today.
yes,
Catch us every week live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. EST. Until next week, uh, stay warm, dry, and safe out there if you're living in the Northern Hemisphere.
yes. There's lots of snow over here on the East Coast, in the north. So yeah, if you're anywhere where there's lots of snow and ice, please be safe. There's lots of. I'm getting all these news things that's like 40 people just died, and I'm like, okay, everyone be safe, please. So
Oh, man. Yeah, be safe, be warm. And
yes,
until next time, have a good
yes.
week. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
All right, we have ended. We have
Yeah.